everything else. It's just the way things happen, just the way my life went. But I'll tell you what, for every effort that I've ever made to help anybody has resulted in returns to me tenfold. So I can't complain. I have no complaints. I really don't. I've earned what I own in whatever aspect to just try and do the best thing I can for other people. That's it.
You did your job, Joe.
It's pretty simple. Really.
You did that, man.
And I'll tell you what, I'm so grateful that you and I have had the chance to sit here and talk tonight.
Me too.
You know, when I first met you, when you first came here,
yeah,
I had a connection with you. I was never able to exercise it to any point until tonight. And I have to let you know, I think you're a wonderful human being.
Thank you, sir.
And I think you have a wonderful respect for human nature and family values and all that.
Thank you.
And I truly appreciate the fact that we've had this conversation tonight.
Me too. It meant a lot to
and
me.
We've established that.
Me too.
I
Thank you,
offer
sir.
my hand and my heart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you. You mean, this means a lot to me.
Because you mean a lot to these people that I love.
I know.
Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You're a respectful guy, and I'm grateful that you're even shaking my fucking hand right now. You're a fucking legend in this household. Everybody talks about you, and they mean it, Joe, because you fucking deserve it.
Let's hold on to that.
Okay? You deserve it. And you earned it.
You
You earned it. You earned it. You understand that?
My dedication, okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
How was your Christmas?
Good.
Come over here and talk to me for a minute.
Oh, no, we got a one over here.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did.
Was Santa good to you? And everybody you love was good to you? Oh, you can't ask for anything better than that, can you? Oh, well, I'm old Uncle Joe, you probably know. And I love you. And I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Now you have to do good. Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
Cracks you up, huh?
Huh?
Cracks you up, huh?
I'm sorry.
I said it cracks you up inside, huh?
Children are my weakness.
Yeah, me too. They get me every time.
I see no reason in the world why they should ever be mistreated or misjudged or shortchanged in any form or fashion. I went through that with my younger brothers and sisters, you know, and I always made sure that they got the best choice they could have. And as you can see tonight, it has paid off tremendously.
Yeah.
And their conversation
Tenfold.
with Bill and myself. They are wonderful people.
Yeah. And they love you.
Truly fantastic.
You know?
Some successful, some not so successful. Who cares?
But come as you are.
They all have the same value. But I truly appreciate your patience and listen to me ramble on about this stuff. But hopefully you may gain something from a conversation,
I took a lot from
and
it.
that's the purpose of having that conversation.
Just being around you, Joe.
Huh?
Just being around you is fair enough. You know?
Well, I appreciate that.
I really do appreciate being in your company, sir. You fought hard for this country.
Hmm?
You fought hard for this country.
Yeah.
I mean, how many wars were you in?
Huh?
How many wars? How many wars
Wars?
were you in?
I was in the Vietnam War, but I only had 2 tours. But both tours were very meaningful.
Why is that?
And like I mentioned before, my main mission in a war as an Army officer was to make sure my troops were taken care of. Because if you take care of your troops, they will provide you the support and the energy to perform your mission. And if you don't, they will forsake you in the end. My primary goal as a commander is to take care of my troops. Okay, first of all, their emergent needs, their long-term needs, and if you give them that, you give them that support, they would support you and your mission as a military officer.
What branch were you in?
I was in, actually my branch was armor branch, but based on my specialty, which was flying helicopters, I was in the air cavalry branch of the armor branch. And it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I was actually a part of a group that were pioneers in that particular aspect.
Why is that?
Hmm?
Why is that? Why were you pioneers?
Well, because the 1st Cavalry Division, when it went to Vietnam, was, see, normally, in the old days, troops were moved by trucks and whatever and have you and this and that. But when we went to air cavalry, troops were moved by helicopter displacement.
That was you.
That was it. That was part of it. But I was only a part of that because anytime you have a combat force, they need people to perform reconnaissance.
Recon.
Yes, recon in the area that they're going to operate. And that was my specialty. So I was with 1st of the 9th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division, and that's what we did for all the infantry brigades, the guys that are getting down there on the ground and fight the enemy. Our job was to provide to them reconnaissance, which provided them with information.
Intel.
And
Intel.
what they were going to face when they got on the ground, and what kind of support we could give them with any type of encounter on the ground. So that's what I did.
Do you remember one particular story that stuck out in your mind about that's something that really happened that really resonated with you the most? About that you if you had to learn, if you had to tell this generation, my generation, going forward from what you learned, that what happened in that particular situation and what we have to deal with next, and the possibility of World War III happening on our soil, what would you say to the generation?
Well, I don't know about World War III, but what
What did you take from what you learned in the first round that you would say to us in the next round to make this thing fucking work for once?
to first of all evaluate the enemy you have to force, and that's what we did in First of the Night Cavalry. I went to work there, and we were faced with essentially, I guess in some respects you could call it like a guerrilla warfare situation.
Okay.
But our job was very, very simple to begin with, and that was to find the enemy. We knew they were there, but we had to find them, fix them, and annihilate their efforts. Later on, I'm sure it became even more complicated, and that's how to annihilate the fact that they are able to generate new fronts and forms of.
So what would your advice be to where we're at with everything being where we're at right now? What would your advice be? If you had to, where all the tension is in the warfare right now, what would your advice be?
What would be good, just the first shot?
It would be to
I don't know.
ISIS and all these Muslims and all these bombings. What would your advice be to us?
evaluate your enemy. That's the first critical issue. You have to evaluate your enemy, and I mean by that who he is, what his capabilities are, and what his purposes are. And then you work from there.
So right now we got ISIS that's ready to blow it up, kill the world. Yeah. Now you can't beat an enemy that's prepared to die fighting you.
I'm sorry?
You can't beat an enemy. You can't beat an enemy that's prepared to die fighting you. They're ready to kill themselves. So how do we handle these guys? What do we do?
You can defeat an enemy like that.
How do you defeat them?
How do you defeat them? Is you sway the population of this world to understand that these people are evil and they deserve nothing more than total
annihilation.
These are people, and a lot of people have a problem with identifications of what is right and what is wrong and all this stuff. And a lot of people, there's still a lot of people out there that would say, well, the ISIS are right, we have a...
There is that train of thought, because there is that thought. Yes, you're right. But
the reason that is incorrect is that destroys a lot of innocent people who have no choice in this world. There are a lot of us that have a lot of choices in this world. We need to exercise those choices. We need to pay for those choices. If I have a choice then it has a price on my soul